remaining.
Hello everyone and welcome to my first video in what you could call years. I am Saxum of the YouTube channel Saxum, which you're on right now. And I make Dota videos now. I used to make Minecraft videos. So if you're here for Minecraft, if you're one of my old subscribers, you're not gonna get it. You're gonna get Dota on this channel. You're gonna get 99% Dota related stuff. If there's something not Dota related, well then sure, go ahead and watch it, but if you're only on this channel for non-Dota related stuff, then you're gonna get disappointed because you're just gonna get Dota related stuff.
Radiant team big.
Well, I liked making videos back when I made Minecraft videos. I really enjoyed it, so I wanted to start. Well, since I stopped playing Minecraft, I didn't make Minecraft videos anymore. So I thought that I would start making Dota videos instead, now that I play a lot of Dota. And that's what I'm gonna do. And this series is called, as you can see in the title, GroundPunchers Pub League, and that's based around the fact that I'm average at the game myself, and I really want to live off while playing Dota. Well, not necessarily playing it, but I want to live off something gaming related. And since Dota is the game I play most right now, I would very much enjoy not necessarily being a professional player, since I don't believe I can get good enough at it. But I believe that I have the game knowledge, or will be able to get the game knowledge, so that I can become a commentator of professional games instead. That's what I'm aiming for, and that's what this series is about. This series is not just YouTube videos. This series is practically my resume for future applications of casting. And well, when that's said, let's go into the draft and let's go into the game. On the Dire side, we have Retraction, and on the Radiant side, we have, oh, I can't see their team name or banner. So hey, and let's go into the bans and picks, shall we? On the Dire side, we have an Invoker ban, a Naga Siren ban, a Shadow Demon ban, and a Faceless ban. Invoker and Naga, Faceless, pretty standard ban. Shadow Demon, a bit weird. Maybe they're just afraid, maybe they just have bad experiences with Shadow Demon, feel like he's really strong support and just don't want to fight against him. On the Radiant side, we have a Doom ban, a Lycan ban, a Viper ban, and a Pugna ban. Doom ban, I understand, he's really strong. If you're going for any sort of solo core lineup, then the Doom's gonna wreck you completely. Or if you're just going for dual core late game, that Doom's gonna have two Dooms. Like, he's gonna have Refresher, and he's gonna be able to Doom your two cores. That's gonna shut them down hard. Lycan, well, since you're playing on the Radiant side, not the Dire side, the Lycan is disadvantageable. It's in disadvantage on your side, but on a huge advantage on their side, since he has a lot more accessibility to Roshan, and that is a really strong part about being on the Dire side. You have better accessibility to Roshan, making Lycan a stronger hero on that side of the map. Viper, well, he's just a strong laner. Maybe they just don't want to play against him. He's insanely strong in lanes, which pretty much every lane he's in. And Pugna, really good at pushing, a good core in my opinion. He's really squishy, but if you get a quick blink dagger, he can definitely be very efficient. And if you get an axe as well, any damage that he takes, he can quickly regenerate or steal with his ultimate. Now to go to the picks. On the Dire side, we have a Tidehunter pick, a very favorable pick now. Recently in the professional games, now that we're in TI, they like to pick Tidehunter for the Ravage, which is an amazing spell. A huge AoE, not too long cooldown, and just a decent amount of damage. Tidehunter is a really strong hero, and Anchor Smash is also really good. Move 60% of your damage from level 1 even, and also goes through magic immunity, so PKB won't stop you from doing a lot less damage. Tidehunter is a really amazing hero in this current patch, and played a lot, definitely. We also see Brewmaster, which is a hero that once he hits level 6, he secures you pretty much every team fight, no matter what. Well, at least in the early to mid game. He falls up a bit in late game, but his ultimate is really strong, and if you know how to micro those split not illusions, if you know how to micro those pandas well, he's gonna be really strong in the early to mid game. A Lich, another team fight hero, Retraction or Dire is going for a really teamfight heavy lineup here. You pick him sometimes as an offlane, other times as a support. He's mostly played as a support, and he's really good in dual lanes. He's not that efficient in tri lanes. He has a slow, but he doesn't have that much gank ability or kill ability. But his Chain Frost, once he hits level 6, his Chain Frost can do a lot of damage with every level up, every
5 seconds remaining.
Every point into his ult is gonna do a lot. Make it even more efficient and make him he just get a lot of that EXP from just using sacrifice. He doesn't really need that much mana because of sacrifice as well.
Radiant team
and also make sure that he doesn't have to pull all that much and so on.
Dire team big.
We could also look at the Lion then. A strong support, really strong support in my opinion. Salt's really good in early game. It falls off a bit in late game, but he has 2 lockdowns. He has mana drain if he ever needs mana, so you're mostly just gonna go Triangle Boots on him. He's not, so he can be around the map all the time. He doesn't need to go back in most situations. Now quickly let's take the last 2 bans, a Silencer and a Luna. Silencer is a pretty good counter against any team fight lineup, especially also against the Brewmaster, because if the Brewmaster blinks in and claps, then he can get silenced by Silencer, and then he doesn't get Primal Split off. But if there's no Silencer, it pretty much secures the fact that he'll get his Primal Split off and clap, so he doesn't have to worry about being greedy. The other ban was the Luna, a really strong carry, definitely. I could see Retraction picking that up. Some more team fight. Really good at pushing as well. Really strong hero. I haven't seen her played a lot lately, but I like her a lot. Her ult's efficient, and her glaives are amazing at pushing high ground once you get that first tower. Now to the picks of the Radiant side. A Mirana, a Skywrath Mage, a Darkseer, an Ember Spirit, and a Morphling. Morphling's one of my favorite heroes. I love to see him played, even though he's kinda anti-mage style, whereas he sits a lot in lane before and split pushes until he goes into the fights. I still do really like him, because when you just go into the fights and if you just go that for the shotgun build, it's a lot of fun to just see him blow people up like that. And he can blow up a Lion easily, but the problem here is that Retraction has a lot of strength heroes, or just tanky heroes in general. Lich is pretty tanky. Ursa's tanky as he gets levels and items. Brewmaster's tanky by nature, and so is Tidehunter. So that might just maybe the shotgun build's not the best, but if he does snowballs, you can definitely go for a shotgun build. We also see Skywrath Mage combos really well with the shotgun build actually. If you E-blade someone and that's followed up by a Mystic Flare, then they're gonna take 25% extra damage from that Mystic Flare, which is a huge amount of damage, especially at levels 3 of Mystic Flare. Just 1400 damage. That is insane. Over 2 seconds to this, so it's a really amazing spell, but it also costs a lot of mana. You won't have too many uses of it, and since he's playing as a support, you'll probably mostly see it at level 2 and then used once, maybe, if you're lucky, twice in a fight.
30 seconds to
the other pickup was a Darkseer. I'm not quite sure what they were going for this. Maybe just aiming for the late game, trying to go as late as possible, want to stall this game. They don't really have that good defense against pushes though, other than a split push from Morphling. So I don't quite understand this Darkseer pickup, but it is a pickup. We also have Ember Spirit being picked up. Really strong in the mid game, also gets really strong in the late game, so another late game hero that they have. And Mirana, support, so she's not going to be really useful. So you can do some stuff mid gank a bit, early mid game with her arrow. Her ult's good for ganking and stuff, but if they don't have that much farm mid game, then her ult's not going to be useful because they can't gank into Retraction. Now let's introduce the teams now that the creeps got to the lanes. On the Radiant side we have, oh wait, I gank mid, let's just stall this for a bit. There's a haste rune on Skywrath. They are going to go for the first blood on this Brewmaster, and it looks like they will get it. Yes they will, they'll just right click him down. Ember's going to tank a lot of damage, and so does Skywrath, but they're just going to heal back up.
Middle tower is under attack.
That's really bad for this Ember. or for this Brewmaster. I would call this, like, on a default basis, a favorable matchup for Brewmaster, but Ember Spirit gets that first blood. It's gonna put this Brewmaster a bit behind. And these supports just not gonna leave him. They're just gonna shut down this Brewmaster. They don't want to work with. They don't want to fight against him. They don't want him to get that level 6, I think. But he's already level 2, and well, Ember's not even level 2 yet because these supports have been sitting in lane so much, sapping all of his EXP. There you go. He hits level 2, but he was about to hit level 3. Now back to introducing the teams. Bot lane, we have J2 on the Morphling carry. We have a Mirana support being played by Dirty, a Scarab support being played by Bennett that recently ganked mid. We have Ember Spirit being played by Franzwag, and Kraken playing the Darkseer off lane. On the Dire side, we have Dota playing the Ursa, which is again really strong on the Dire side because he has easy accessibility to the Roshan. We have, I'm not even gonna, Nash playing the Lich. Hi, I'm Kyo playing the Brewmaster mid, solo mid. Got ganked, but looks like he's fine. He's still outlasting December, and frankly, or actually ahead in EXP, so he's gonna be fine in this matchup, even though he did get first blooded. And Nixon on the solo offlane Tidehunter. Did I get? No, I didn't get the Lion. Trompo playing the support Lion. We have a Lieutenant Squawking's courier here and a, what is this courier? LGD's Golden Skipper courier. Now, I'm really interested. Like, I'm really surprised about this mid matchup because as it looks, Brewmaster's ahead by 3 last hits and 2 denies. He's not letting this Ember get any farm. So even though he did get first blooded, he just TP'd back into lane and he's back into this game. He's level 4.5 and this Ember just only hit level 4. And he's way ahead in last hits. This Brewmaster's gonna have an easy game. Like, these supports, even though they did get the first blood gank, they need to gank more. Or this Bruce, or that first gank is just not gonna do enough, because even though Ember still has like the highest net worth of the game because of that quick gank mid, but it's not gonna be enough. Like, he is still falling way behind this Brewmaster. This Brewmaster just can give 2 shits or 2 beeps about Flame Guard. He just stands in last hits, Gunad, and if Ember tries to last hit, he just uses Thunderclap, and he has his bottle, so he can just go either bottle code, just go get runes. But right now we see a smoke from the 2 Radiant supports. This is a Lich. I don't know how well this is gonna go, but Ember's pretty low. He did heal up though. Let's see. They do have the 2 stuns from Lion, so this might work out. Nah, they're chasing for really long, and he doesn't actually end up getting slowed by the Brewmaster's Thunderclap, so that's not gonna be a killer. But Lion does tank a lot of damage. This Ember wants to kill, and he almost takes him down with the Sleight of Fist. And there's Mirana coming in from the back, and will finish off the line. That was a fail gank from our and Ember Spirit. Well, Sight came in and finished off the kill, so it does end up being a support for carry for a solo mid. So it does end up being worth it, but I don't feel like Lion had to die there, and I don't feel like Lich is the best ganker. Well, he isn't really that good of a ganker, really. So it was expected that this gank wouldn't be the easiest, even though they do have the 2 stuns from Lion. And I don't think they need to gank this lineup because this Brewmaster still, he's level 6 now. And Ember still sitting on level 5. And again, very ahead in the last hits. I don't think they need to gank mid there at all. I think they should just sit top and babysit this Ursa to get his Vladimir, so whatever his lifesteal item he's gonna go for, now that fairy swipes aren't a unique attack modifier anymore. Babysit and make sure this Darkseer doesn't get too much XP, which, well, he's currently sitting on level 5. Just a bit less than the Ursa. And I think maybe even, nah, okay, only a bit behind the Ember as well. So he has been shut down a little bit, but not too much. And these 2 dire supports should maybe just rotate back top and stop the Darkseer from getting EXP and farm, and let the Ursa get his free farm. And we do see that he, even though the support's on there, he's still farming really well. He's keeping up to this Brewmaster, outlasting the Morphling big time. Morphling's currently sitting at 17 last hits. This Ursus at 27. He is 10 last hits ahead. This Morphling doesn't get to farm. Even with this guy right there, this Tidehunter isn't afraid. His Ravage, his Anchor Smash, his Gush, and his Kraken Shell. Doesn't get killed, and I missed 2 kills mid.
Dire's top tower
I am
is
so
under
good
attack.
at this. Okay, so the 2 supports just died mid. Meaning, well, they're not really getting that much EXP and stuff this game. They're gonna fall a bit behind. If you do look at the levels, if you can find it. There it is. They are at the bottom. Way behind the Mirana and the Scarf, well, getting a lot of kills mid. This Mirana has been getting kills, and this Ember has been part of them as well. I'm very surprised to see Ember's not even level 6 yet. This Mirana is even level 6.
Dire's top
Support is
tower is under
out-leveling
attack.
him. This Ember's not going to be much of use this game. He seems really far behind. Even though he has been part of 4 kills, he's still really far behind. And he did get that first blood, but that's the only thing keeping his net worth up at this moment. And he will try and go for a kill on this Brewmaster, but with the Flame Guard build, yeah, it won't be doing that much damage. Okay, I'm just gonna quickly go into my settings and turn this down. I can't remember where to turn it down to.
All out of fuel.
Turn this down here. It's down here. Let's see if this works. Nah, I want it a bit better. Let's see. What if we just turn it off? That's good. Okay, so let's see. Top. The 2 supports have registered top to give this Ursa even more free farm than it already has. He's the only one outlast hitting this Ursa at the moment is the Brewmaster, which well, he's been ganking a lot mid, but
under attack.
only died once. The supports have been dying mid, not the Brewmaster. This Brewmaster's gonna have a big impact, and he does have his Blink Dagger, 8 minutes, and on top of a boots and a bottle. What does Ember have? Treads, not even treads, face boots and a bottle. This Lich just gonna take over mid for a while. And maybe try and get this level 6. Well, at least level 4, because it looks like while Brewmaster just rotate bot and maybe wants to go for a kill here. Does have an Invis, he does have his Blink Dagger, and he does have Primal Split available. So they could maybe do this. Tidehunter also sitting with his Ravage, has a fair amount of damage and Anchor Smash and a slow from the Gush. So I think they could definitely do this. Even now that Mirana's rotating out, yeah, they're gonna go for this. So that's gonna look aggressive. He will get Ravage though, so he'll get silenced, so there won't be any Ravage. Primal Split still goes off. We're gonna try and chase this Morphling. They can't find him though. He's in the trees hiding. And these pandas won't find him. But well, they do find him. They do blink, but they don't get any follow up. They'll just wait for him away again. Another Scarlet is sleeping back in, but now it's the Ravage. Now's when we see the Ravage. He'll be doing a lot of this. Wow, a lot of damage to the Scarlet, and he will be going down for a second time. Brewmaster, he wants more. He wants to kill this Morphling. Morphling doesn't have any mana at the moment. He can only morph. He doesn't have to wait for him, and he'll morph some strength. But he's stuck, and he looks dead. There's nothing he can do. Brewmaster can just keep on hitting him. Don't quite know why he's not hitting him right now. For some reason, he just chooses to blink away and CP out. Well, not CP out. The Tidehunter CP's out, but Brewmaster just blinks away. And it looks like he'll either go for a rune or go back to the base at this point because he is out of mana. That was really weird. I think they could have definitely killed this Morphling that kept hitting him, but
tower is under attack.
instead he stopped hitting him. Maybe it was Spark of War. I'm not quite sure what happened there, but
Radiant's top
while that was
tower is
going
under
on,
attack.
Ursa freeforms top even more. Does he get a kill? I don't know. Maybe the Gilded Darts here. I'm not quite sure. But he is currently sitting on 51 last hits. Highest last hit of the game. Okay, net worth, he is second next to the Brewmaster that has been getting a couple kills and such, which is the thing that keeps him on the top of the chart. Tidehunter even now is on the top free chart. He's the third on the net worth chart with 29 last hits. This is solo offlane Tidehunter, and that's not good. These Radiant supports, they've been rotating a lot, and That's allowed this Tidehunter not only to get his own farm, but also contest this Morphling to getting farm. This is, in my book, looking really bad for the Radiant. And if we look at the gold and the XP, we also see that it's going way in the favor of the Dire. And what's this Ursa, which has a Vladimir's now. He's level 9, he has a lot of Vladimir's. And Lion just spotted smoke. This looks like a Roche will happen soon. But the second they see the Ursa leave top lane, I think it's pretty obvious that they are roaching. And I think they can contest it possibly if they do smoke in themselves. But for now, Ursa just wants to push top, make it a bit less obvious, take the tier 2 down, take the creep wave down, push it in, make it less obvious that he is rushing him. Gets the tower, giving him even more farm than he already has. He's sitting on 1700 gold at the moment. 1800 now, with still the face boots and the Vladimir's offering. He's gonna keep pushing because he sees the entire of the Radiant team being bought. And I just missed an engagement, but Brewmaster went in, ultied, did some damage, got out again. Oh, and we see down here, they're going on Ember Spirit. There's Lion Ult and there's Lion Stun follow up with a Gush. And that will be a kill, and the courier's coming in to bring the smoke to the Lion again. The Ravage coming in from Tidehunter and misses everyone. Doesn't even get the Mirana, unfortunately. She did leap out of that. So, a whiffed Ravage, but the kill on the Ember once again. This Ember, it's not looking good for him, not at all, and still Ursa, just farming top. And Brewmaster, even though he goes into really risky situations, he just keeps getting out alive, somehow. And now they're sitting free bot, with an Ursa top and a Brewmaster mid. Looks like Brewmaster's gonna push this with the two Lucians. You just see that, he's still on health though, and he can't really fight this, so he's just gonna back off. Play it safe. Well, bot, we see that Tidehunter's is farming even more. Morphling did go mid, where he can get some sort of farm. But Ember said, I want this, I'm behind, I need it. And Morphling will rotate bot again. Blake Dagger coming out on 2 core heroes on the... wow. Okay. So not only did 2 Blink Daggers just appear on core heroes of Dire, with the Ursa and the Tidehunter. Only 13 minutes in even. But they also just got a kill on this Stark. I'm not quite sure how that happened. How many levels of Surge does he have? Oh, he only has 1 level of Surge. That might have been it. They have a fair amount of slow on with Earthshock and the Flipping Clap, so that might be understandable. But still, if they just keep going like this, there's a smoke bot. Everyone spot from the Dire, they're all smoking in. Looks like they're just gonna go take Roche. Even though Ursa can't do this by himself, which I think they should. I think right now the Dire should just be distracting the Radiant as Ursa's just taking Roche, but instead they're thinking, okay, we're just gonna take it really quickly. We're not gonna care. We're just gonna hope that Radiant doesn't notice in time, and well, it doesn't look like they will. It's Tidehunter and Ursa in there. Everyone else is smoked up, just waiting for a reaction from the Radiant, if they even get one. Doesn't realize, doesn't look like the Radiant even realized them. That's the Roshan on the Dire side and Aegus on there. So this isn't looking good for the Radiant at all. And this looks like it's gonna just keep snowballing on and on. And there's a stun on a Morphling, well, a Hex followed up by a stun, and he will melt to the Ursa, taking all of his health away with these Fury Stripes. And they can just go aggressive now. This Ursa can just run in and do his thing because he does have that Aegis. He doesn't have to be afraid anymore. And even if he just died that one time, well, then they have a Ravage follow up from the Tidehunter. And well, Brewmaster has a Blink and level 2 Earth Splitter up, so they can also follow up with that. I don't know. I'm not even sure what the Radiant should do at this point of the game. They aim for the late game, and against this lineup and with such a terrible start, like what the Radiant needed was good lanes and then just aim for the late game, but right now that's not what they're doing. They had terrible starting lanes. They lost top, they lost bot, and they lost like, okay, so the Radiant offlane got less than the Dire offlane. The mid Radiant got less, Radiant mid got less than the Dire mid. Radiant carry got less than the Dire carry. And also the supports, the only support on the Radiant side that's doing better than the Radiant ones are Mirana. That, well, that is explained by her two kills and 2 assists. But if we look on the net worth, we see that
Dire's top tower is
everyone
under
from the
attack.
every core from the Dire are on the top of that, but are on top of the charts. But as that happens, a single hex from Lion onto
Dire's top tower has fallen.
the Marana, and Ursa will just take her down in a few hits. Morphling does push top though, giving a bit of gold to the Radiant team. Another CP back to base, played safe. Even though all the Dire are visible in mid lane, and they do also take a tower. They're tight on getting the
tower
gold.
has fallen.
He is going far, and this Ursa, he's ready to fight. He's waiting, he's gonna blink in on the Darkseer, and he will get the kill. He will just hit him down before he manages to run out with the Surge. They're still coming from Ember Spirit, and there's the Scar ult. Will do a bunch of damage to the Lion, and only actually a bit of damage to this Ursa. He just regenerates them instantly from the heal. Well, not from the heal, from the Lazarus offering. And that's 2 cores down on the Radiant team. And Morphling that is incredibly underfed at this point. Only has a ring of equivalent feds. And a Marana that is pretty fed for support to be, but can't do anything against all of this. And they're just going to take a tier 2 at this point. Split Earth, Primal Split wasn't even used that fight. I know Ravage was maybe used in the start of it. And that was about it. No Chain Cross, no Finger Death. Imagine if every ult was used from the Dire team, they could 5-man, like they could ace the Radiant team with no trouble at all. Maybe I should go offline. There you go. Okay, so we see Earth Spirit going in. Earth Spirit Brewmaster going in. Claps. Primal Splits. Looking for kills, but Ursa meanwhile just blinks in like 3 shots this Morphling. They don't even I don't even know. This game looks over. 17 minutes in, 10,000 gold and the XP advantage. I don't know. The Radiant can't do much here. They still have the Aegis on the Earth, and they can just stab him at the tower. That's really good. Shit, I forgot the spells. That's a really good vacuum into wall combo though, and then they'll just take him down anyway, and in the back. Lion almost kills off the Marana. Marana just end up getting the con. And there's the Ursa going down, that's the Aegis at least. But now he's back with full health of mana and wants some revenge. Lion's dead, Darkseer's dead, and they're thinking, well, we don't really need to push right now. We can just do some damage to the tower, wait for the next Roshan, which will be up in 10 minutes time. Well, we'll see how long until it's up. And at the very shortest in 10 minutes time. Not 10 minutes, what am I talking about? 40 minutes time, excuse me. And we're just gonna farm their jungle meanwhile. We're not gonna allow them to farm anywhere on the map. If they leave their base and go off, split away from each other, we just kill them. And that is what the Dara are saying right now. With the Ursa sitting in the trees waiting for someone to come. And instead they're just gonna push this 2-2 bot. They're not gonna push their advantage mid, and 5 minutes until the respawn of Roshan is what we see. They're gonna push bot. They don't have the Aegis, but the Radiant can't really defend this. They are smoked around. They are gonna try and get in from behind here. If they do get a good arrow coming in, it does hit the Tidehunter. Let's see if they can follow up on this. But instantly the Marana gets hexed and instantly goes down to the Chain Frost. There's the Ravage, does go off. In the back, we just see Ursa going off Morphling. Morphling just live in the end. Vacuum just finish off the Tidehunter. But Marana and Scarlet are all dead. There's the Primal Split, and that's the stun's gonna get in. They're gonna finish off the Darkseer as well. Wall was good. Wall wasn't good enough though. And they got a good stun on the Tidehunter. It just didn't follow up enough. They could have killed him there. I think that fight could have been really good for Radiant, but again, the Ursa's there. Ursa's a constant threat, and right now,
tower is under attack.
well, right now, he is sitting on 4,500 gold, and this Brewmaster sitting on an axe. At this point, he has his Aghanims now. He just needs to send for the courier. And Ember Spirit goes in. I'm not quite sure what he aims to do there. I mean, the second he goes in, he's gonna get stunned by the Lion. That's at least like 6 seconds of stun from the Lion there, and I'm not quite sure what he was aiming to do, but okay, the Dire are just gonna back off by now. What it looks like. Ursa Not going for the damage option. Goes for the utility. He wants to kill this Morphling, it looks like. Just blink in, go for the utility, lock everyone down. And it seems that they can't do anything. And well, at this point, you just have a lot of damage. But it's interesting to see him go for this kind of utility item instead. But he just go for it, and I think it's not too bad of a pickup. He could have maybe gone for something like an Abyssal, but again, there's no BKB, so it doesn't need it. Maybe a Skadi. Some sort of extra damage item, Desolator for pushing. I'm not quite sure. There's a lot of options you could have gotten. Scythe is definitely an interesting pickup, but since no one on his team seems to be getting it anytime soon, that just seems like a rather smart pickup. It allows him to solo kill anyone on the Radiant team. It allows him, he can kill the Morphling now, because he hexes him and he dies. The Morphling just dies. He just blinks, hex, and he's dead. Ember Spirit, the same story. Blink, hex, and he can't get out. He can't remnant out because he's hexed. So, and no Surge from Darkseid either. So it's just this Ursa. He can roam around the map all by himself and finish off anyone on the Radiant team all by himself, and the rest of the Dire can just roam around, look for kills, wait for Roche. As we do see now, there's 2 minutes until Roshan spawns. 2 minutes and Roshan will be back up. That will be another Aegis for the Radiant team. I don't think, or for the Dire team, sorry. I don't think the Radiant can contest this at all. Meanwhile, Ursa's just making sure that bots constantly push. Right now top isn't pushed, but every other lane is. Bots, especially mids, pushed out a little bit from the Radiant side, but that'll be fixed rather quickly. Ursa just trying to scout the Roshan here, but he's not quite up yet. And while the Radiant team, they're just stuck in base. They can't farm. They can't go up here and farm because, well, then they'll die. They can't go out here and farm because the Ursa can kill them. There's not anywhere on the map except their base right now that they can be in, and it looks like they're maybe trying to defend this tier 2, or at least just stand by it and try and get a few creep kills. But I don't think, like, this tower is currently on 270 health, and there's no way they can defend it. This Ursa, blinking around his own jungle, wants to get a couple kills. This Lich, he just wants to farm. He's taking the stack cam for himself.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Well, and the rest of the team doesn't need it because they can farm in the Dire jungle instead. Radiant jungle, sorry. And that is the tier 2, last tier 2 of the Radiant side down. And right now I just think it's a matter of, hey, let's wait until Roche is up, but Dire says no. Dire says I want to kill. And they are just going to smoke up and look for a kill somewhere. Maybe just push mid for good and try and get that fight. Get that first rank, try and go high ground. And they do have a pretty strong high ground lineup. With a blink in, thunderclap, primal split, I feel like they're really strong, and if they do that, well, there's not much the Radiant side can do against the primal splits. Or a blink and ravage. Or this Ursa, and definitely, like, but Roshan is up, and I do feel like that they should just wait a bit, back off, get the Roshan, get the Aegis and the Ursa, and then push instead of being too greedy, too hasty, fighting into something they might not want to fight into. But I feel they can definitely take this fight, but if Ursa does have the Aegis, well, this looks doesn't matter at all. Blink and ravage, blink and primal split, and Ember gets taken down instantly, and so does the Darkseid and the Scarlet. There's, well, a Lionel on the Marana, which is finisher off, and this is the first frags of the game, no doubt. Meanwhile, the Pandas taking down Morphling. Now Ursa's coming in, and he wants to get more kills. This will be a dieback from the Ember Spirit, looks like. If you just slow it a bit more, but no, he'll get back into the fountain. Brewmaster being a bit greedy here, and looks like he'll die off in the fountain for some weird reason. But meanwhile, rest of the Dire team is just going to take the first lane of action. I think they can just rotate the top of the Ursa and get that, or just retreat to the Roshan. But they don't have to push now. I mean, they are so far ahead. They're 20,000 experience and gold ahead. There's nothing the Dire side can do to stop them at this point. And with the Aegis on their side as well, doesn't even matter. They can just go take the Aegis on their Ursa. He's going for a heart now. He's going to be the most unstoppable killing mission of this game. And that is what we see. He's gonna farm the ancients, and the rest of the dice can farm the Radiant jungle. And well, this is interesting. Like the Radiant, they're daring to leave the base. Morphling still doesn't have any item progression since last world. We've seen an ultimate orb. What did they get from leaving the base? Well, the Morphling gets killed from a hex on the Ursa that I did talk about earlier. This Ursa can solo kill anyone. He just hexes them and they're dead. And looking at the net worth right now, everyone on the dire side are ahead, just except the Lion. Otherwise, everyone else is on top. The Lich has more farm than the Morphling, which is something that just shows how snowbally this game is right now. And there's a wall vacuum combo. There's nothing to follow it up. This Dark's just gonna die by lonesome while the rest of the Radiant are just sitting in their base, not wanting to do anything about it. Ursa's just gonna kill off the illusions. Ember's here now. They do Murano. They do Murano. They do use Moonlight Shadow. And they maybe want to contest this rush, but there's nothing they can do. I mean, Ember almost died off just by throwing a remnant in there. The arrow does go in and hits the Ursa, but he doesn't have the Aegis. I mean, he's a heart, he has the Aegis. There's nothing they could do at this point. This Ursa could just run bot and kill the Rax there. They just need backdoor protection to go off, though, but that won't be a problem, as they can just push this lane, so it's already pushed pretty much. Brewmaster, he's really close to level 16, giving him his level 3 ult. He also have Aghanims, and well, right now,
going for broke.
Missed some other kills. Ember getting killed off mid. Looks like the Lion ult was used, and indeed it was. Lion does have his blink Aghanim on. He looks to be going for an Aghanims because at this point it doesn't even matter. The only way I see Radiant winning this game now is if Dire all run into their fountain and die. It's the only way I see the Radiant winning at this point, and they have to do it multiple times even. I mean, this game's over. Dire, well, as you see, the Radiant even just gave up. They're just sitting in base, waiting for the Dire to finish at this point. Shmarana, though, stubborn, doesn't want to give up. Rest of her team gave up, but no, I will not give up. I will be the lone wolf of this war. I will be the Lone Ranger. But instead she stands high ground, looks at it from a nice view, has a nice view of all the killing of her base. Poor base, she thinks. Poor base. I wish I could do something. And this Ember, well, he's gonna be a nuisance. Well, not even a nuisance, he's gonna be like a fly in the room of the Dire. There's nothing he can do, and nothing the Radiant can do. And now we do see that the Lion caught up with the rest of the team. Well, not even the rest of the team. He's just caught up and got ahead of the Morphling now. Now the entirety of Dire is on top. All the supports, they even have more farm, and they're just gonna farm it at this point. Bling and Ravage. Shiva's gone, the mech will save. Silent in the end. And Moonlight Shadow though, keeping the Darkseer alive for a while. Lion almost dies, but just live in the end, and that's GG. Round just managed to die one more time before the GG goes off. Well, before the ancient blows up, and there it is. First video in a while. Turns out to be a snowball game, but that is fine. At least I got a video off, and now I just have to edit it and upload it to the YouTubes and make more videos. So thank you everyone for watching. I hope you enjoyed, even though it was a very snowbally game. I know I'm not good. I know I'm not that good at cast or commentating yet, but that is what the series is about. It's me practicing my commentating, and that's why I'm here. I'm here to practice my commentating, and that's what we're gonna get out of this series. So if you keep watching, then suddenly a couple of episodes and I'm gonna be a lot better, and then you're gonna be able to see my progress. Definitely, I hope so, if I do get any better at all. But again, thank you very much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed my commentating mostly, or the game. Well, maybe you learned something from the game, what you shouldn't do. Well, I'd say this was an outdraft and an outlane. Like, once the Radiant lost the lanes, the game was over. It was just Dire's game to win there. So, well, that's it. Thank you very much for watching. if you did enjoy or do watch more of this series, please do subscribe. I would appreciate it very much, and please do come with feedback in the comments. I do enjoy it. I'm gonna read it, and I'm gonna take it constructively, and I'm gonna work around it, work around you guys' feedback, and I do appreciate every view, every like, every subscribe, every comment. I appreciate everything. But now that that's said, and well, I have to get going. Farewell.